Hi everyone, it is Howard, the condo man. I know downtown, I live downtown, and I sell downtown is my new series. And I'm going to be talking about all kinds of stuff in downtown Toronto. What's the best and what's the worst? So today's topic is grocery stores. I've been living here for 30 years. Been living downtown for 30 years. I've seen a big change in the grocery stores, in the chains that are here. And frankly, I do a lot of groceries. I've been to almost all of them, so I can speak to them. Okay, so first, I'm going to just mention that 30 years ago, the only really big downtown grocery store was the Loblaws on Queens Quay. You really couldn't go anywhere else if you wanted to have good variety, good food, other than that one store. It wasn't until, 10 years later when actual stores started popping up. Rabba Foods used to be the norm. When I lived at City Place, gonna say 23 years ago, I used to shop at Rabba Foods. Just go downstairs and there it was, which was actually pretty good. Other than that, I would sometimes drive to No Frills and Food Basics that were at the time at Sherbourne and Parliament. They were very sketchy, very, very, very sketchy. The prices were great, and they would not have much of a variety either compared to the Loblaws. But things have changed now. Many, many grocery stores have opened. The mindset of grocery operators has changed, and they now realize that being downtown is a good thing because of the density. So first, let me talk about Loblaws. Loblaws has really gotten into this urban living thing, and they have now got one at Bathurst and Richmond. I'm going to say it's maybe 10 years old. They very recently got a beautiful Loblaws at Lakeshore and Bathurst, and they have a few other Loblaws sporadically. The one on Queens Quay is amazingly still there, and it's still really nice. The Loblaws is great. Uh, the store at Bathurst and Richmond actually has prepared lunch foods, which is pretty nice. The store in Queens Quay also does. The store in Queens Quay is huge. I think they have I don't know which coffee shop it is. It might be Pilots in the actual grocery store. They have great produce. Prices are in the middle. There's parking underground that they'll validate. I would strongly recommend that Loblaws on Lakeshore and Bathurst. That's the nicest one. And then Bathurst and Richmond is simple. It's easy to navigate. It's not that big. Again, prices are average. They have a very good selection of everything. I would also say the same about the Queens Quay Loblaws. So I recommend Loblaws for a balance. Longo's, same thing. There's a new Longo's in Liberty Village. They also have, I think, of a Pilot Coffee Roasters in the Longo's. They have a prepared food section. It's actually not the greatest prepared food section. It's mostly already prepared and just left out. They also have a salad bar, which is cool. A salad bar with proteins, which I have protein at every meal. Um, they have got a Longo's that I live on top of now in Union. Um, Union Station. It's huge. It's great. They have a very good hot food section. They prepare it every day, and it changes once in a while. It used to change almost daily. So it can get a bit boring when you eat there every day, but it's unbelievably cheap and pretty good. They also have a salad bar. They've got great produce. Longo's is also a fantastic grocery store. I personally like it a little bit better than Loblaws because of the hot bar. Well, there's another Longo's that I think I'm forgetting. But basically, Longo's has become more urban as well, just like Loblaws. Now I'm going to go to Metro. There is a Metro that's been renovated in Liberty Village. It's been around for a long time. It used to be 24 hours. Metro has better specials on produce, I would say, than Longo's or Loblaws. They do not have a good hot bar. They have them, but it's all fried foods. It's not my style. And they're not as good for baked goods, but they have, I would say, less expensive produce and really good produce, just as good as Longo's and Loblaws. The Metro is really easy. You can park outside, and the one in Liberty Village, easy to navigate. The Liberty Village one is fantastic, actually. There's another one that opened underneath Carnaby on Minoan, so that's Queen West. Oddly, it's right next to the one that that's in Liberty Village. I never really understood that, and it's not as good. It's much smaller. There's a much smaller selection of produce. It's still okay. It's fine. It's easy to navigate. There's parking underneath, but it's not as big as the one in Liberty Village. The nice thing about all the metros on the west side is you park very conveniently. The underground parking is simple. The store is small, so it's more efficient than Loblaws or Longos. There's another one that's been there for a long time underneath the merchandise lofts at Church and Dundas. It's hard to park there, and it's also small. The produce is not very good. It falls on the lower end of the metros. There's also one in St. Lawrence Market. Same thing, very hard to park. Um, and produce is not as good. Selection of stuff is not as good, and it's small. So the East Side Metro is not so good. West Side Metro's quite good, especially the Liberty Village one. Now I'll talk about the cheaper low-end chains. Here is a great secret. Go to the Freshco on Dundas and Bathurst. They have great produce, great parking. It's a big store. Prices are unbelievably cheap. Even the meat is good. Actually, they have salmon steak there, which they rarely have anywhere. That's probably, it's up there with one of the best grocery stores in the city. It has a clean feel. The area is nice, and it's low cost. There's another Freshco at Gladstone. Actually, it's right near land that I own that I'm supposed to be building a condo on, which is also, it's good, but it's not as good as the one at Dundas and Bathurst. The produce is not as good. Prices are still great. Selection is not as good. Parking is right in front and outside, and it's very efficient. So here's another thing you can do. Go to Freshco at Queen and Gladstone, get whatever is cheap and you like, and then go to Metro across the street and get whatever stuff they don't have. That's a pretty good synopsis. There's a Freshco still at Sherburne and Wellesley, which is where that No Frills used to be that I used to go to. Um, Prices are great. It's kind of an ugly store. You've got lots of low end people there because of the area. Somebody is knocking at my door, so I think I'm going to end the video here. If you want to buy or sell and you want to know about the areas you're buying or selling in, I'm the one to ask. Email me at howardscondos@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to help you out with your purchase and even about the area and the neighborhood amenities. Cheers and have a great day.